Laughing Brook. Poetry for sensual consciousness. Between a rock and a hard place, there the stream of life flows, all none the less. Give your love away. The solution is not finding a solution. The solution is stop finding a solution. The answer to undoing all the doing is not undoing all the doing. The answer to undoing all the doing is to stop doing. Focus by not focusing and become aware. Power is in the now. Wanting to determine the future is manifesting fear. Manifesting the future is creating. Be in the now. Everything is now. Everything can become. Focus by not focusing and create. Where the gold is. There's this story I once heard. No idea whether it's a true story or made up, but certainly it's a good one. It goes like this. There was a gold mine where the owners took great care that none of the workers would secretly pinch gold. So when everybody was leaving the grounds of the mine at the end of their shift, they had to pass through a gate where guards meticulously controlled the workers to make sure they wouldn't take out any gold. They had to empty their bags and pockets and were thoroughly searched. Now, one day, a man comes to the gate with a wheelbarrow full of dirt. The guards could smell that something was very fishy here and began a search through the dirt in order to find any hidden gold. Yet there was nothing. Finally, they let the man pass, but they knew something was wrong about this. A couple of days later, at the end of the shift, he shows up again with a wheelbarrow full of dirt. Once again, all their lights turned to red, and they began searching the guy and his seemingly harmless content. They even took off the handles and looked inside the poles, but could not find any gold in there. Still, they knew something was very wrong here. This went on for some weeks, but no matter how hard and thorough they searched, they could not find out how he was smuggling. Until one evening, when they finally figured out how he got them fooled all this time. What do you think was a secret? How did he manage to pull their noses? Well, now they finally realized that he was stealing. Well, he was stealing wheelbarrows. I love this story, for it illustrates so charmingly how we may stare in the completely wrong direction when we try to solve an issue. This certainly applies to the way we have set up the world around us. For the most part, we are convinced that if only we work hard enough, if we achieve and overcome, fight and struggle, we will eventually pass all the alleys of misery and arrive in paradise. And of course, there is something to it, for effort does lead to results. But just like with the search for gold, we go astray when we think only in those terms and believe that this is the way to find all the answers. For somehow, life always seems to get to us once again, just when we believed we finally had achieved and found rest. The perfect vacation. And then you get into this argument with your partner. You've got that promotion, and then the company struggles. You finally retired, and then there's this diagnosis your doctor speaks to you about. Climbing the ladder higher and higher doesn't seem to go anywhere. Not until I realized that the ladder is a hamster wheel, and the answer isn't faster and stronger, but stopping and, now, letting go of this idea that I need to go, to climb up a certain place, in order to be well and happy. It's about dropping this idea of if only such and such would be like this or that. Of course, it's easy for me to put it like this here in this podcast, and it's quite another thing to live it in real life, for when we do live through it, we live through all the emotions that go along with it. This different way of being in life has been described in many ways, like letting go, following your heart, Wu Wei in the Tao Te Ching, doing by not doing, living in the now. Or to put it differently, it appears to be a universal thing that is part of our shared human experience. A new perspective is only possible when I step back from my apparently so well-established way of going about life. This does mean uncertainty and potentially failure. Yet it also means new experiences and perspectives, and is a way to lead me to a wider version of me, of life. It means to leave old certainties behind. But then again, how would I be able to fly if I was staying on the ground? Give your love away. The solution is not finding a solution. The solution is stop finding a solution. The answer to undoing all the doing is not undoing all the doing. The answer to undoing all the doing is to stop doing. Focus by not focusing and become aware. Power is in the now. Wanting to determine the future is manifesting fear. Manifesting the future is creating. Be in the now. Everything is now. Everything can become. Focus by not focusing and create. Create by not wanting. Give your love away. Give your love away. Create. And we're at the end of this episode. As you probably noticed, some of the recording was a bit bumpy. I'm currently on Dartmoor in England, actually sitting in my tent as I speak this, holding a vision quest. And Dartmoor is a place that is always windy. But I wanted to keep things fresh, and so here we go, in imperfection. I nevertheless hope you've enjoyed this one and tip my hat to say thank you for joining the ride. As always, a reminder that I'd be happy to read any comments you would like to make. And I'm grateful for a rating on the platform you are listening to this, as well as when you recommend this podcast to a friend or two. For more info about me and things beyond this podcast, please check out laughingbrook.net. My name is Laughing Brook. I'm a poet, dancer, mystic, nature coach, and man whisperer. Thank you for listening, and keep on flowing, bumping and jumping with the stream of life.